A very good evening to all the amazing attendees and panelists. I am Survi, a content strategist at Woosper, and it is my absolute pleasure to invite you all to this webinar on mastering personal branding on social media platforms. This session will be hosted by Ms. Harleen Kaur, a personal branding expert at Woosper. To begin with, I would like to brief you on our organization as well as the webinar format. With dedication in our efforts and innovation in our hearts, Woosper develops empowering solutions that support organizations in establishing a digital presence that is praised and preferred globally. We aim to generate excellent digital marketing strategies that facilitate brand growth through market research, brand strategizing, MarTech tools, and engaging user experiences. Harleen, our personal branding expert, is all set to host today's webinar with her resourceful insights that can bring in the change. The total duration of the webinar will be around 35 to 40 minutes. You can keep sharing your queries and questions as they arise in the chat box, and Harleen will address them towards the end of the session. It is advised that you keep your screens on to see the presentation as our speaker goes through various points. Now, let's welcome Harleen to begin the webinar. Over to you, Harleen.
Thank you, Surbi. You have really captured the essence of what I will be talking about today perfectly. Good day, everyone, and thank you for joining me today for this webinar on personal branding. My name is Harleen, and I am a personal branding expert at Woosper. Throughout my career, I have worked with various clients from various industries, helping them develop their personal brands and create a compelling online presence. I have also conducted extensive research on the subject, and I am very excited to share my insights and knowledge with you today. So, this webinar is ideal if you are a professional or a fresh graduate, or even if you are an entrepreneur getting ready for a new venture, business owners, and for anyone who wants to understand their unique strengths. Now, coming to the slide where I will tell you what you will learn in this webinar. You will learn about basics of personal branding. What does personal branding look like? How to discover your superpowers? Why it's critical to develop your personal brand? 6 core principles of building your image. Personal brand marketing plan activity. Popular social media platforms for personal branding. How to measure the success of your personal branding efforts on social media. Let's dive in and begin our journey to build a strong personal brand together. So when when we talk about personal branding, what exactly is it? Personal branding is a big concept that can be executed in many ways. Therefore, I'm not going to give you just one definition. Instead, I will provide you with many so that you can see how different people approach branding in their own unique ways. Firstly, branding is marketing yourself like a household name until you actually become a household name. Now think about it. What sets celebrities, politicians, and CEOs apart from you? Nothing except that they use their unique attributes to become noticeable by creating a personal brand. They become so readily identifiable that even people who have never met them know who they are. Moving forward, personal brand is your consistent day to day impression. It's how you stay consistent through everything you do, whether having conversation, recording videos, or writing emails. It's the first, second, third, fourth, and every other impression you make to create an effective brand and image that can sustain year after year. Let me explain you this with an example. You must have heard about Richard Branson. He is the founder of the Virgin Group. Now let's picture him in our mind's eye. Imagine his fashion, smile, long hair, and relaxed posture. The natural chill vibes radiating through his entire personality. What do you observe? If you go through his product line, he has created the common observation is that instead of creating products, Branson creates experiences, and his company is the first to let consumer visit space. He owns an island where the top entrepreneurs and creatives in the world can relax. You end up having a Zen experience that's unlike any other flight. What are Richard's personal values? Probably freedom, innovation, and fun. I have never met Richard, but I can describe him. That is how personal branding works. You make an impression on others, and then those people share the image with individuals who haven't even met you. When you do a personality based business, the best thing you can be is yourself. In the next slide, let's explore how to discover your superpowers and create personal brand draft. Everyone has a gift of some kind, something that sets them apart from the crowd. Narrow down your strengths and what you are passionate about and come up with the specific answers to these questions. What do you do when you feel you are most passionate and engaged? What do you do enjoy doing even when you aren't paid for it? What do you do most often receive compliments on without even trying? What would you choose if you couldn't share just one thing with humanity? What would you do with your life if you didn't have to worry about money or failure? What can you do better than anyone else in the world? You don't have to answer every single question. Focus on the ones that give you the most mileage. And don't worry if you haven't found enough strong answers to these questions. Sometimes finding your strength is hard. When you embrace not only what makes you powerful, but also what weakens you, you will find yourself with the energy and confidence you need to live your truth every day. Moving forward to the next slide, let's shed some light on why it's critical to develop your personal brand. Here are some reasons why building your personal brand is essential. Number one, in today's competitive world, having a strong personal brand can help you stand out and increase your chances of getting noticed. Therefore, it is important to stand out from the competition. Number second, a well developed personal brand can help you establish credibility and trust with your audience, which is essential for building relationships and gaining the respect of others. Hence, building credibility and trust is important. Number third, a strong personal brand can help you become more visible in your industry or community. Building a positive reputation helps open up new opportunities and attract new clients or customers. Therefore, having a strong personal brand not only enhances your visibility but also builds up a good reputation for yourself. Number fourth, when we talk about increasing our influence and impact, building a personal brand is very crucial because you can position yourself as an expert in your field, share your knowledge and insights, and have a greater impact on the people you work with or serve. Number fifth, you can take control of your career by developing a strong personal brand that aligns with your goals and values. I think it's clear now why building a personal brand is so crucial. It gives you a way to stand out from the crowd by showcasing your values, expertise, and abilities. So let's move on to the next slide, where I will break down the 6 pillars of image construction that will help you take charge of your public persona. Number one, authenticity. Authenticity comes first. Stay true to who you are and what you believe in. Don't try to portray someone other than who you really are. Second comes consistency. Ensure that your image is consistent across all channels, from social media to in personal interactions. Third is clarity. Clarity defining your brand so people understand who you are and what you stand for. Fourth, you must be relevant to the people who want to reach. So learn about their needs and concerns. Fifth, make yourself and your brand visible. This includes making connections, speaking at events, writing for a publication, and interacting with your target audience. The sixth characteristic is adaptability. Your personal brand should be adaptable and continuously evolving. Necessary adjustments should be made as your career progresses and your interest changes. Now let's look at the next slide, which features the personal brand marketing plan activity. Here are a few pointers to get you going in the right direction. To begin with, you will need to determine what it is that you want to be known for in the marketplace. This will aid you in developing a clear and concise brand message. Identifying your target audience is the next step. Determine who your target audience is and what their needs and desires are. Third, create a content strategy that specifies the kind of content you will produce, the platforms you will employ, and the frequency of your content. Fourthly, create or update your website, social media profiles, and other online platforms to increase your online visibility. Next, engage with your audience by responding to their comments and messages and participating in relevant discussions to build relationships and establish yourself as an expert. Following that, network and collaborate. Connect with other professionals in your field by going to events, joining relevant online communities, and initiating casual conversations. The next step is to track your progress and assess the effectiveness of your marketing efforts. Analyze your data to see which content resonates with your target audience and adjust your strategy accordingly. Keep in mind, creating a personal brand takes time and efforts. Building a strong brand that resonates with your target audience requires consistency and authenticity. Now let's move on to the next slide where we will discuss the most widely used social media sites for building ones. Personal branding can be accomplished using a number of well-known social media channels. Here are a few of the most popular ones. LinkedIn is a networking site aimed at helping professionals connect and showcase their qualification, experience, and accomplishments. Instagram is a great app for sharing photos and videos with friends, family, and coworkers, as well as for showcasing work. In addition, it has tools like stories and reels that enable users to make interesting videos. Twitter allows us to share thoughts, opinions, and expertise on various topics. YouTube enables us to create and share videos on a variety of topics to demonstrate expertise or educate. With tools like pages and groups, Facebook users can establish a distinct online presence for the brand, making it an ideal social media platform for personal branding. And now, the importance of social media in self promotion. Due to their accessibility to billions of users all over the world, social media have rapidly grown in significance as tools for personal branding. It's a great way to show off one's abilities and credentials in a specific field. Build a personal brand. Social media platforms provide a space for individuals to build a personal brand, which can help them stand out from others in their industry. Networking. Social media platforms offer a space for individuals to network with other professionals in their industry. Cost effective. Social media platforms are generally free to use, which means that individuals can build their personal brand without spending a lot of money on advertising or marketing. In general, social media provides users with an outstanding opportunity to advance their professional reputation, expand their professional network, and display their talents to a wide audience. Next, you will find out how to evaluate the result of your social media personal branding. Here are some ways to evaluate the success of your social media personal brand. Monitor your engagement. Engagement is a key metric. This includes the number of likes, comments, shares, and views on the posts. Tools like Sprout Social and Google Analytics, as well as those provided by the various social media platforms themselves, can be used to keep tabs on user interactions. Keep track of your followers count. An increasing number of followers indicates that more people are interested in your content, which is a good sign for your personal brand. Assess your reach. The term reach is used to describe how many people have actually seen your post. This can be quantified by tracking the total number of impressions or the total number of time your content has been viewed. Examine how well your content is doing in terms of resonating with your target demographic. Evaluate your social media mentions. Keep track of how frequently your name or brand is mentioned on social media platforms. If you have a personal website, you should check in on it regularly to see how people are visiting and for how long. If you want to know how effective your social media personal branding efforts are, tracking these KPIs will give you the information you need to make educated decisions about how to proceed. You now have everything you need to rebrand yourself as a business and seize any opportunity that comes your way. Let me take a few minutes before getting into the question and answer session. Till then, Surbi, would you like to add something?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Harleen. I would like to take a moment to thank you all for your active participation in today's session. Harleen will get to your questions shortly. As you must have noticed, the main aim of this webinar was to highlight the significance of personal branding in today's competitive market environment. For all the organizations, small, medium, or large, who are looking for a digital media agency to support their digital growth, our seasoned professionals at Woosper will be happy to assist you. Now, let's begin the Q&A session. Please drop your questions in the chat. Okay, we have the first question from Sandhya. What are some common mistakes to avoid when building a personal brand? Harleen, could you please take that?
That's really a good question. It shows that you are thinking deeply about this topic. Some common mistake to avoid are being too generic or vague in your messaging, copying others rather than being authentic, and neglecting to build a strong online presence, and failing to engage with others and building relationships in your industry. So I hope that my answer has provided the information.
Thank you. And we've got another one from Satnam. How can personal branding help in career development?
Again, an interesting question. Thank you for asking. Personal branding can help in career development by helping individuals establish a strong reputation and stand out from the competition. A strong personal brand can also help individuals build a network of contacts and supporters who can help them achieve career goals, as well as position themselves as thought leaders or experts in their field.
Okay, thank
Any
you,
other
Harleen.
question?
The next one is from Manpreet. What would you tell people to focus on as a starting point?
That's a great question. So, as a starting point in personal branding, I would suggest you to focus on to defining your unique value skills, identifying your target audience, and creating a consistent and authentic brand image across all platforms. These are crucial pointers to focus on as a starting point.
Thank you, Harleen. Uh, we have an exciting series planned for all of you. So it is requested that you drop your email addresses in the chat box and we will keep you posted on the next session. In the meanwhile, you can also drop your email address if you would like a copy of this presentation. We'll wait for another few minutes for you to drop your email addresses and then we will close this session. Once again, thank you everybody for your time today. Have a good day.